Yo, I'll tell you what, for someone who hasn't played Modern Warfare 2 for so long and to come back now, I have to say that third person is so good that it can actually be a standalone game. Doesn't even feel like an FPS trying to be a third person. I come from these type of games and know everything about how third person is supposed to play. So for someone like me to come over here and immediately dominate, not even feeling the effects of change, says a lot. What's going on, y'all? I'm 𝒉𝒆𝒍𝒑𝒔, and I want to tell you how to dominate in third person PvP specifically. Techniques to help you adjust to this style of play, because this is surely a change. When first starting out, it's going to require a little bit of setup from the display to controls in order to get comfortable while playing. But once you do, the essential tips that you need to know about will put you a few steps above the rest. Now, what I'm about to tell you right here may seem simple, but you'd be surprised how many players don't do it. Modern Warfare 2 at this point is full of noobs. So this one is for you, who have no idea what they're doing. So please take heed of this. To simply look at your radar is up in the top left corner of your screen and surely can keep you from getting killed so much, especially while a UAV is active. It's crazy how many players don't pay attention to this, but it's true. Here's a good one for you, and this works even better than if you played in first person: camping. Another way to say this is to be patient, because it's over the years gotten a bad rep. But if you don't camp in third person, you're doing yourself a disservice and your team, because in third person, camping works to your benefit more than it will ever in first person. You can be 100% hidden while the enemies are running all around the area you're concealed, which effectively puts your situational awareness on point. Some say this is considered wall hacking. Most who do don't play third person. One guy even commented on my video saying, and I quote, "I don't like third person because it doesn't feel real. I can't stand when people use corners to look over them, like when you're taking cover and they can't see you." The reason I say it doesn't feel real is that I have conducted real training and in real life. You have to go around the corner to see if somebody's coming. Same with taking cover behind a car. I cannot see over or around unless I come up, and then I can see by exposing myself. The first person is more real. Okay, I understand this point, but this is a game and you can't take it that serious. This mentality is only going to hold you back and get you killed if you don't do it while you're playing third person. So just realize that it's an advantage in this mode that it has over first. Every third person game has this, and it's a large part of the appeal it offers. It speaks to the cinematic approach that keeps us so engaged, being able to view ourselves while playing. So of course it's going to have some fantasy to come with it. I've accepted this a long time ago and love third person. Camping is only gonna get more intense within the Modern Warfare PvP community, so you might as well get used to it. Move with the winds and evolve. But I have something to add to this tip. Not necessarily camping, but it is in this realm. I gotta let you in on a little secret, okay? About third person and the science of how players think, and variable scopes giving you an advantage in some cases. Because even while sniping in third person, players prefer no scoping. Reason being is the zoom that takes a little time to acquire your target, especially during high intensity engagements where you need to quickly ADS, so I get it. But for some reason, zooming in third person across the board is considered noobish, and apparently when you don't no scope, it makes you one of the cool kids. I personally don't care about what people think. If you know me, I've always been one to go against the grain. And you know what? It works in my favor 90% of the time. So in this regard, using a variable scope in an environment where nobody else will, it'll make you dominate. Especially in combination with camping, and that you can completely map out your surroundings in order to perfect this strategy. Running gun is the culture of third person, so I suggest you slow it down and use the measured approach just for this playstyle, because I have a loadout for you that you're gonna want to see. I'm gonna tell you right now. Players generally do not expect this playstyle, which is why it's so effective. And I know ADSing takes a little longer with a variable scope, but I've noticed that the scope attachments are vast at the gunsmith. Scopes that specifically decrease aim down sight speed. Not only that, the grips and muzzles that do the same thing. So you can create a weapon setup that is tailored to this specific playstyle. And remember, the goal here is to decrease aim down sight speed so that you can compensate for the zoom with the variable scope, because this will take you in the first person. Not to worry though, the scope I use is only a 5.5 times modification, which won't throw you off too much. It's called the FTAC Delta. Now this and the FTAC Dreadnought Silencer are the only two attachments that makes your ADS slower. But all the other ones speed it up, which makes for a great balance. because the silencer and the FTAC scope are essential for the stealth playstyle you're trying to accomplish, so they're both worth it. Moving on, the Tempest Firebrand barrel. Look at its stats, increase ADS and movement speed. And next I have the Assault 60 stock factory, and this is absolutely insane. It increases everything about speed, even your crouch, and includes the ADS speed. Finally, I got the X10 grip with both sprint to fire and ADS speed increase. Now you see what I'm trying to accomplish here, right? All of these other attachments that I mentioned counterbalance the fact that the other attachments slow down your ADS speed. And with this setup, you'll need to first of all be precise. The weapon type I use is a battle rifle called the FTAC Recon, which by default hits like a truck. So 1 shot to the head and they're done. 3 to 4 shots to the body and they're done. And if you have armor piercing rounds, it's even worse for them. So with this loadout, you'll be getting silent, quick kills from close to mid-range. The zoom is perfect, not too far while close range, and grants you an advantage over the enemy from far. You have the stability, the damage, and fire rate in order to compete with 90% of the automatic weapons you'll be going against. So it's the perfect equalizer, man. It just requires a bit of a higher skill gap to master. And you know we got all the time in the world playing Call of Duty. Now you know when camping after scoring a kill that the victim can see your kill feed, right? They know exactly where you are and they'll be coming for you, most definitely. So make sure to keep your head on a swivel and don't stay in the same place all the time. Instead, leave a proximity mine in a flank route where you'll think they'll come from. Placement is key. When I first equipped those mines, I thought, yo, these are legit. Conceptually, they're great. Completely my playstyle too, because after seeing them, they're obviously very easy to avoid with a very visible blinking red light that screams, do not touch or do not go near. I just laughed after seeing it, but I still really like the mine, which is why now it's all about placement. Just another strategy to help with this playstyle. Put them behind walls where the enemy will run so they can't see them until it's too late. Or leave it as a surprise for them after you score a kill in that same area. The final piece of this puzzle is the smoke grenade. Remember, this loadout is all about stealth, so the smoke grenade will only help you with the mind games and tactics you can use. At the end of the day, looking at strategy from a different perspective promotes creativity and allows for techniques never before seen that could potentially turn tables in certain game modes like domination, especially where flank routes are key. But let's not talk about that right now. I don't want to make this video too long, nor do I want to get off topic, because flanking is an entire new playstyle and is actually the complete opposite to this measured approach. One that we'll get into in another video where I'll explain how to run and gun with the best of them and the loadout to go with it. But for this video, that's pretty much all I got. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. The secondary I use in this loadout is the combat knife, which is absolutely insane to say the least. Check out this video where I snuck behind enemy lines and knifed everyone. If this was helpful to you in any way, I'd appreciate a like on the video and subscribe if you're new here. Also, comment below to offer any techniques and strategy you can offer. That's it for me though. I'll catch you in the next one. Be right out.